Hey guys, I wanted to talk about a few things which I feel that in this context about India versus China, whether it be the issues at the border and stuff like that, I wanted to focus more on the whole application war that just happened. Like 59 applications were banned, temporarily banned. There's some things that will be sorted out in court and stuff like that, where the companies will be allowed to talk to the government and stuff. But here are a few things that I wanted to talk about. I've seen a lot of WhatsApp messages and a lot of PDFs being forwarded on WhatsApp where people are suggesting Indian alternatives to most of the Chinese applications. Now, that is a good thing. I'm not saying it's bad. In fact, it's very good that there are existing Indian alternatives and using them will improve the quality, the experience that you get from those applications. Yes, completely 100% true. But there is something I would like to advise everybody about. So, I want you all to remember that there is something called convenience and privacy, or however you want to say the word. So, just because something is Indian, please don't immediately and blindly install the application. I say this because there are some things that you should understand. Being an Indian product does not 100% guarantee that it is going to be the best product there is. First things first, you should check whether or not the privacy issues of that application have been sorted out. There was buzz around this application called Mitro TV or something, which was touted to be the Indian alternative to TikTok. Later on, it came to be, light that apparently the developer or the person who owned that whole Mitro TV application, the actual application that people were using, it had a lot of bugs and privacy issues. In fact, it was actually bought from a Pakistani company who sold the basic source code, or in fact, I think the entire application to this company. And that is the issue that I'm talking about. There are privacy issues that people do not understand because just because they want to ride this wave, people are utilizing this entire scenario to their benefit, and that is good. You should use this to influence people, you should use this to utilize whatever is given to you, but please make sure that you are using what you have been given in a very specific way. It had many privacy concerns, Mitro TV, and they are working on it. Obviously, I'm not saying they're not, but please make sure that these alternatives are properly being checked. Using it is up to you, it is at your own risk. That is what I'm saying. Now, please understand that you need to verify everything first. Deshbhakti is important, but if you aren't safe, then the nation is not safe either. So, if even one person is compromised in privacy issues, everybody is definitely going to be compromised with privacy issues. So, please make sure that you are safe before you immediately go and fling your heart out for Deshbhakti, for being such a patriotic person. Patriotism is good, but only if you are safe. Now, look for better alternatives, for better applications. Don't look for Indian alternatives only. That is my major concern with this whole wave that people are riding. It is that people are looking for only Indian alternatives. There are no proper Indian alternatives as of yet. That is the issue. That is what is at stake right now, that people are looking for only Indian alternatives. You should look for something that will help you. As I mentioned, convenience and privacy. The whole reason why this whole smartphone platform and all of these applications and the softwares and stuff like that came into existence is because of two primary things: convenience and privacy. Well, convenience was why it started off, and then people started like benefiting from it by individualizing privacy. Because if you look at Firefox, it is a great web browser, it is an amazing web browser, and its sole thing against Google Chrome, why people prefer Firefox over Google Chrome, is because it has better privacy controlling. Same with Brave browser. Now, if you are used to the Chrome interface on your smartphones or on your laptops, desktops, etc., then Brave browser is the best alternative you can find, which is very simple, no unnecessary additions to it. It has been stripped down from all of Google's unnecessary bloatware in terms of trackers and stuff like that. It has an inbuilt ad blocker, something even Google Chrome does not have. They have disabled all of that because obviously Google makes advertisements as well. It has its own ad platform. How do you expect them to make an ad blocker for it? So that is the thing. Brave, in fact, also blocks advertisements on YouTube, which is something that I find very useful many times. Although I did shift to Vivaldi browser later on my laptop because of me being a power user, that is completely up to me. You can choose whatever browser you want. Just make sure it is a proper and well thought out plan and action. Don't just jump to conclusions. Then one thing that people need to understand is that you need to use your internet sensibly. You have an internet data pack. What do you do with it? So you should use it to search about stuff. You use it to search about stuff, but what? You need to find out what is better than what. Just because you are touting that, oh, this application is better than this application just because it's Indian. No. I might sound like I'm going against Indian apps, but that's because Indian apps are just now starting to rise. If you want to ride the developer train, if you want to be part of the development process, that is great. That is very great. I myself am part of many beta tested versions of many applications. I was part of, there was a browser called Epic Browser, and I don't know if it's coming back, it's surfacing, I don't know. But back when Indian, like I think a few years back, when it suddenly started to be like India needs to be independent of China a few years back, so this new browser came into existence. It wasn't a completely new browser, it was based off of Firefox's source code, but it was still an Indian browser. However, they tried to overdo it because as an Indian browser, they put in, like built in, they had all of these articles about India, Mahatma Gandhi, Nehruji, and Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel and stuff like that. On the front page, on the home page, you open a new tab, you open the browser, you get all of that. And it was very frustrating for me who looks for minimalism and minimum RAM usage, because a smartphone or a laptop, doesn't matter what you're using, you need the browser to be as lightweight as possible. So that is something, that's my preference. If you want a very laggy and very horrible browser experience, then you can choose any other browser. Chrome is the best example for using RAM irresponsibly. In fact, it has become a benchmark for your RAM usage. Like if you want to, it's a joke in many developers and testers case, where they're like, okay, you have a really good laptop, you have a really good smartphone, but can it run Chrome with 1,000 tabs? And forget 1,000, if it goes beyond 10 tabs running simultaneously with regular applications, that is by far the best device you can get. So I'm going off topic. Please use it sensibly, please use your internet responsibly, and do not blindly follow any train just because you want to follow it or just because you feel that it is right. And lastly, please don't spread misinformation. A few years back, there was this WhatsApp forward about Telegram. It's called Telegram is an Indian application and you should use it, and it has this feature, that feature. No, Telegram is not an Indian application. In fact, Telegram is a Russian application. The guy who created Telegram, Pavel Durov, he's a Russian, but Telegram is much better than WhatsApp for multiple reasons. One being privacy. The main reason is privacy. And even if you don't feel like, just because many people are on WhatsApp, that's fine. Just don't spread misinformation. You want to use Hike, you use Hike. That is also Hike is a very good application, by the way, like a chat messenger. It's a very good chat messenger. It's just I prefer Telegram over Hike and all of that. That's completely my preference. Anyway, just don't spread wrong things. Maintain sensible relations with everyone. Just because it fits this India versus China narrative, don't just go running into something. You need to have sensible relations with everybody. This is a global economy, and there is a reason why it is called a global economy. You cannot consider completely jumping the train on something. So just make sure you are smart. Actions have thoughts behind them. If a particular person does a particular thing or downloads or installs a particular application, there is most probably some sort of idea or some sort of thought process that he had before he did that. So even if you don't want to go and ask that person why did you do that, it's fine. I see many people who install Chrome immediately and they don't even go for Firefox or Brave or something like that. And even if I suggest them, they're like, no, I don't want something else, I want Chrome. I'm like, okay, that's fine, just tell me why. And even if you don't have time to ask somebody about that, if you're not a tech enthusiast like me, that's fine. Just don't immediately start judging somebody, don't immediately start hating on somebody. That is something that they have their own choices, they have their own life. Don't nose in on every particular detail that they are doing. And also, don't judge blindly, and most importantly, in this digital age, be informed, because if you're not informed, you're probably the worst kind of person on the face of this earth right now. That's about it. Hopefully you all liked what I just said. I'm not going to say like, subscribe, or anything, any sort of that shit. I hope you all understood what I'm trying to say. And if you do not agree with me, or if you feel that I should include something else, put it in the comments. I'll probably like respond to your comments so that I can bring it up or something. But apart from that, let's hope that we bring a change. But to bring a change, you need to be part of the change and not just somebody who's spectating. That's about it. Thank you so much.